I will break down how you can create an AI Instagram chatbot in 2024. And we are going to create a chatbot that automatically answers questions about an e-commerce business by using AI. And I will guide you step by step. So I will show you how you can create your first Instagram automations, how you can train your chatbot using custom AI and train it on your own websites or internal documents about your business, and the 4 best practices on when you're going to create your first Instagram chatbot or when you're going to create this for one of your clients. And at the end, I will even give you the template for free so you don't have to build it yourself and you can just copy and paste it. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Joran and I'm the founder of Chatbot. And at Chatbot, we are inspiring over 50,000 people every month to create chat automations that generate leads, boost revenue and reduce costs. And we are working with businesses from small to large and in any industry. So if you just follow the steps in this tutorial, it will work for your business as well. So here's what we're going to build. We are going to build an Instagram chatbot that automatically answers questions about an e-commerce business. And in this video, I will use the example of an e-commerce business, but this will actually work for any kind of business because we're going to train the chatbot on a custom knowledge base document. So if you just change the content of that custom knowledge base document to your own business and train the chatbot on that document, it can automatically answer questions about your business. And you will get full access to this knowledge base document because I will also give it to you with the free template that you can get at the end of this video. Let's dive in. The first step that you need to take is create a free Manychat account. And Manychat is the chat automation platform that I've been using for the last 4 years for almost all of my clients. And I use Manychat because they're very easy to use. If you don't have any experience with chat automation, you can get started immediately. They're 100% Meta approved, so you can just use them without the risk of getting banned, and they're very cheap. They offer a free plan, but the pay plan already starts at $15 a month. So what you need to do is you need to go to chatbot.com/MC, and this will bring you directly to the Manychat website. And then here you can click on Get Started and then select Instagram and then continue with your Facebook account. And then now you can log in with your Facebook account. Once you have done that, your Manychat account gets automatically created. And I actually have a separate video that explains all the steps for connecting your Instagram account to Manychat. So after watching this video, I highly recommend going to that video as well, because there are some steps that you need to follow. And if you miss one of the steps, it might be that you cannot use all the features of Manychat. But once you have connected your Manychat account to Instagram, you can get started with creating your first Instagram automation. So let's say someone has a question about your return policy. This is a question that is asked a lot to e-commerce businesses. Then you want to automatically answer that question. And we can do that by using Manychat. So in Manychat, we can go to automation and then click on new automation. And then click on Start from Scratch. So this is an automation, and each automation in Manychat starts with a trigger. And a trigger is an event that starts the automation. So in this case, it will be when someone asks a question about the return policy, then we want to automatically answer that question. So in order to do that, we can just click on New Trigger, click on Instagram, and then select the Instagram DM keyword. The user sends a direct message with a keyword. And then here we can determine to what message we want to reply. So we want to reply if the message contains return, and we want to reply if the message also contains policy. And we can do that by using a message condition. So if you click on message condition, then we can say if the message contains return and the message contains policy, then we are going to reply with an automatic message. So if you just click on create here, then we can determine the first message in our Instagram automation. So here we can select Instagram, and then we can give an answer to their question. So I'll just copy this from my second screen, but we can say, at e-commerce biz, you always have the option of returning your order within 14 days after delivery. Make sure that the products have not been worn and have all text attached when they are returned. So now if someone asks a question about return policy, then we automatically answer that question with this answer. And after you gave an answer to their question, you actually need to ensure a good customer experience. And you can do that by just asking, does this answer your question? And if they say, yes, it did answer my question, then it's all fine. If they say, no, it didn't answer my question, then you can connect them with one of your live chat agents. So what we can do here is we can add a next step, which will be another Instagram message. And we can say, does that answer your question? And then we can add 2 quick replies. So one quick reply will be, yes, it does. And the other quick reply is, no, it doesn't. Oh, no, it doesn't. And then we can connect these quick replies to 2 other messages. And to be clear, quick replies in Instagram are buttons where users can click on. So if they click on a quick reply, we can trigger another message. So in order to do that, we can just grab this, drag that over here. And this is the option when somebody clicks on, yes, it does answer my question. Then we can just say, great. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them here. If they say, no, it doesn't, we actually want to forward them to one of your live chat agents. And this is great about using Manychat because Manychat has a built-in live chat. So when your chatbot doesn't know the answer to a question, we can actually forward them to a live chat agent that can solve the problem of the customer. So here we can just say, no problem. We will now connect you with one of our support agents. And in order to connect them with one of these support agents, we actually need to add an action to our flow. So what we can do here is we can add a next step, which will be an action. And then here we need to add 3 actions. So if you could just click on this, then you can click on live chat. And then first we need to mark the conversation as open. So in Manychat, you have 2 types of conversations. We have closed conversations and open conversations. Closed conversations are conversations that are handled by your chatbot and your chat automations. Open conversations are conversations that are handled by your support agents. So what you need to do in this case is mark the conversation as open. Then as a next action, we can click on this again, click on live chat, and then assign the conversation. So here we can assign the conversation to a specific team member or to a specific group of team members. So in this case, I would just assign it to myself. And then lastly, we want to notify the person or persons that are assigned to this conversation. So as a last thing, we can notify the assignees. And then we can say, full name, just did something you wanted to know about. And you can actually change this notification text. So here you can, for example, say, okay, someone has a question about return policy. And then you can also determine how you want to notify them. So you can notify the whole team, or you can just notify that one person. So I will just select myself again. And that's basically it. So now we can just click on set live and that should be working. So every time someone asks a question about return policy, we give an answer to that question and then we ask, does that answer the question? If they say yes it does, then say great. If they say no it doesn't, then we say no problem. We will now connect you with one of our support agents. So up until now, it has been pretty simple. Someone sends a question to our Instagram account and we can automatically reply to that question if there is a certain keyword in it. But we can actually take it one step further. We can add custom AI that is trained on our own data, such as our website or internal documents about our business. And Manychat doesn't have built-in AI, so that's why we're going to use Chatbot. Chatbot is an AI tool that you can use to train a chatbot on your own data, such as your websites or internal documents. And if you haven't used Chatbot before, what you can just do is you can go to chatomized.com/cb, and this will bring you directly to the Chatbot website. And then here you can just click on build your chatbot, and then you can log in with a free account. I already have an account, so I'll just go here to Chatbots and then click on this chatbot. So what I've done is I've trained this chatbot on a custom knowledge base document. And this custom knowledge base document looks like this. So it has information about returns, about the delivery, so the delivery times and how people can track their order, the shipping costs, and about the warranty. So what are the warranty conditions, if a product is broken, how they can get the warranty, all that information. So what I did in Chatbase is I trained the chatbot on this document. So if you go to sources and then go to files, then here we have the file that it has been trained on, which is this file. And then here we can ask questions to this chatbot. So here I can say, okay, what are the shipment costs? Then says if you order more than 50 euro, the shipping costs are free, otherwise it's 5 euros. Then we say, okay, what are your warranty conditions? Then say if your product is broken within 8 weeks of ordering it, you will be eligible for a full refund. So you can basically train Chatbase on your own custom data, which is in this case a file, but you can also train it on text, on your website, on Q&As, on Notion, basically on literally anything. So this is great. So what we actually need to do now is every time someone asks a question in Manychat, we need to send that question over to Chatbase. Chatbase will answer the question for us and we can give the answer back to Manychat. And in order to create this integration, we are going to use Make. So Make is an integration platform that you can use to connect applications to each other without using any code. And in this video, I'm going to use Make to connect Manychat to Chatbase. And if this sounds like a lot, I actually have a step-by-step video on how you can create this integration between Manychat and Chatbase that appears over here probably. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend checking out that video. In this video, I will just use that integration and will explain it like in general terms. But if you want a deep dive in all the things that you need to do, please go to that video as well. So what we can do here is in Manychat, we need to set our default reply. So if we go to settings and then go to Instagram, then here we have the default reply. And the default reply is the automation in Manychat that triggers if no other automation is triggered. So if someone sends a message and that message is not triggered by any keyword or any other Manychat automation, then it will trigger the default reply. So what we need to do here is in the default reply, we need to grab that question that they are asking us, and then we need to send it over to Chatbase. And I actually created already a flow for this that is also part of my template that you can just download for free. So I highly recommend just checking out my template and then using that in your Manychat account. So here you can just click on select existing, and then you need to select the Instagram default reply, which is the flow that is part of my template. So we can pick this automation and then click on it. And with this flow, there are a few important things. So the first important thing is the trigger. So the trigger is the default reply, but it needs to be set to every time. So every time someone asks a question, we're going to send it to Chatbase, and we want to skip the story replies. So if someone replies to a story, then we don't want to send this to Chatbase, basically because story replies don't have anything to do often with customer support. So then what we're going to do in this step is we're going to save the last text input, which is the question of someone. We're going to save that to a field in Manychat. So I created a field which is called Chatbase question, and that contains the last text input. And then we're going to send that question to Make. So this is the trigger to Make. And what then happens in Make, and this is the scenario that we've been using. Again, this is part of my free template. But what we do here is we watch the data from Manychat. So every time this action is triggered, then this will start. Then we're going to send the question to Chatbase. Chatbase gives an answer. We're going to store that answer in a Manychat field, and then we're going to send a flow in Manychat. And the flow that we will be sending is the Chatbase answer Instagram. Again, this is part of my free template. But what we do here is we're going to give the answer from Chatbase, and then we say, does this answer your question? If they say yes, then it's great. If they say no, then it says no problem. One of our agents will contact you as soon as possible and help you. And this is basically the same flow that we did before with the return policy, but now we're using the Chatbase answer instead of a predefined answer that we did ourselves. But that's it. That's how we can add custom AI to our Instagram chatbot. So what you need to do now is you need to make sure that this is set to live, and also you need to make sure that the Instagram default reply is also live. When those are both live, we are using custom AI in our Instagram chatbot, And now we can take a look at Instagram, how this looks on Instagram. Okay, so now I'm on Instagram, and then if I ask a question about the return policy, so I can say, what is your return policy? Then our Instagram keyword will trigger and it will automatically answer the question for us. So it will say, at e-commerce biz, you always have the option of returning your order within 14 days after delivery. And then if we say, yes, it does, then that's working. And now we can also trigger Chatbot. So if we just ask another question, for example, what are your warranty conditions? Then it says, if your product is broken within 8 weeks of ordering it, you will get a full refund. And I can say, okay, what are your delivery times? And then it says, if you create an order before 3, it will be shipped from our warehouse within 2 business days. And then if we say, no, it doesn't answer my question and I need help, then it will say, no problem, one of our agents will contact you as soon as possible. And then if you go to Manychat and then go to live chat over here, you will see that the message comes up. And then what you can do as a live chat agent, and this is the great part about Manychat because they have a built-in live chat, what you can do is you can just pause the automation and then you can say, hey, Jordan here from e-commerce biz, how can I help you? And then a customer support agent can actually solve the problem for them, and you can see that it will look the same on your Instagram account. So we'll say, hey, Jordan here from e-commerce biz. You can have a back and forward conversation. And once you have solved the problem for the customer, what you actually can do is you can just pause the automation and then you can mark the conversation as closed. And then the chatbot will take over again. So now if I type in another question, for example, how can I track my order? Then the chatbot takes over again, it will send the question to Chatbot, and Chatbot will send the answer back to Manychat. So here we'll say, yes, you can track your order. When your order is shipped, you will get a track and trace link. So that's it. That's how you can create an AI chatbot for an e-commerce business on Instagram. And before I'm going to end this video, I first want to give you the 4 best practices on creating your first Instagram chatbot, or when you're going to create this for one of your clients. So my first best practice is to go live as soon as possible. And you want to do this because when you go live, you can get real customer data. And then you can see where your chatbot is already pretty good and where your chatbot can be improved. And this will give you steps on how you can improve your chatbot even faster. So that's my first best practice. So my second best practice is to go live with just using Instagram keywords and not going live with AI. And if you get more experience with AI is sometimes really bad at giving good answers. And because of this, what you actually need to do is you need to train your AI chatbot on your own custom data, and then you need to have a lot of conversations with your AI chatbot to fine-tune the answers. And once you have fine-tuned the answers, then you can go live with AI. But especially at the beginning, I would just go live with Instagram keywords because then you can control how your chatbot responds to certain questions. And once you have fine-tuned the AI part, then I would go live with AI. And especially if you're doing this with clients, I don't recommend going live with AI, because if the AI tool is giving bad responses to clients, it actually hurts their business and they can probably back out from the project all along. So what you need to do is just go live with keywords first and then add AI in a later version. So my third recommendation is to create an integration between the chatbot and an e-commerce system. So whether they're using WooCommerce or Shopify or BigCommerce or Magento, it doesn't really matter. You need to integrate your chatbot with that e-commerce system, because that's where you can add the most value. Because a lot of people will have questions about the status of their order, about the status of their return. And if you can get that information automatically, that will actually save a lot of time and money for the business. So that's actually the third recommendation. What you need to do is you need to create integrations with the e-commerce shop. And my last recommendation is to actually improve over time. And you can do this in multiple ways. You can add more flows, you can add more knowledge to the AI tool, you can add more integrations. It doesn't really matter, but you need to have a plan on how you are going to improve the chatbot step by step. But that's it. That's how you can create an AI Instagram chatbot in 2024 without using any code. And there's actually much more that you can do with Instagram automation. For example, if someone comments on one of your Instagram posts, you can automatically start a conversation with them in the Instagram DM. And you can actually use this to boost the engagement of your Instagram account, but also generate more leads from Instagram. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend going to the video that appears over here. And if you're interested in getting more familiar with using Manychat and Instagram, I actually have a Manychat Instagram beginner course on my website. So if you're interested in that, just go to the link in the description. And also, if you want to get my free template, that's also with the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And as always, if you have any questions on using Manychat or creating an Instagram chatbot, please leave a comment below and I will reply as soon as possible.